Good morning. Thanks for joining me on another explore. So today we're going to be doing another railway explore. So I'm looking at things today that's about 10-15 minute walk from my house, and I'm looking at the area between kind of Beighton, Killamarsh and Rother Valley Country Park. That's just to my left. So I'm just making my way down just to towards Beighton Junction, if anyone knows the area. I'll put up a map on the screen. So a little bit about this is the Rother Valley, and through this kind of bit of the Rother Valley we've got kind of two main lines that go through there. So we've got the Midland line, which is called the Old Road. It's like a freight-only line that's still in use. We've also got a disused Great Central Railway that also kind of runs parallel for much of the valley that we're going to look at today, and that's now kind of been repurposed into the Transpennine Trail. So first of all, I'm just going to head down to the east of Beighton, the northeast of Beighton, and just have a look at an area of a photograph that I saw recently on Facebook that kind of piqued my interest a bit, and it was entitled Beighton Castle. So so head down there now, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
So just to give you a bit of geography, wider geography, we're there on the map, so we're just to the about 8 miles southeast of Sheffield.
So I have done two other videos of a couple of lines that run through the valley, because as well as those two main lines that I've just mentioned, the Midland Railway and the Great Central Railway, we've also got another line. It's a bit of a, it's not, I wouldn't call it a main line, it's more of a branch line, and that was the Lancashire, Derbyshire and East Coast Railway, and that branches off from the Midland Railway, just literally just the other side of the trees where I'm walking. So yeah, I've done a video on that, and I've also done an explore of the Great Central line where we looked at a couple of the features on that line as well. So have a look at those videos, I'll put the links. But we're not going to be looking at those specific lines today, we're just going to be looking at general things that we can see. So I did those videos, I really enjoyed doing them, and the research that went into kind of the things that I was kind of finding on the route. But since I've done those videos, I've actually, out on my runs and walks, I found so much more than I actually covered in those videos. So that's just what I'm going to just show you today. It's not about the lines as such, I'm not going to go into the history, that's a video in itself, but we're just going to go and have a look at the things that still kind of left behind, and I'll show you where they are in a map if you want to go and kind of explore and visit those kind of old disused features yourself.
So we've just come to the north side of Rother Valley Country Park that you can see there, and I saw this post on the old Beighton Facebook group by a chap called Ian, I think, who runs the group. So let's take a closer look at that photo. So I believe the photo's from around the 1950s. So what we're looking at here, it's the bridge over the River Rother that's still there to this day. So if you can see the line off to the left, 4-track line, that's the current Midland Railway Old Road that's still in use today. No longer 4 tracks though. But what we've also got in this photo is 2 lines that are no longer there. So I don't know if you can see the kind of more central line going off to the right. That's what was called the North Stavely curve, and that went up to the North Stavely pit, and also it joined up with the workshop line just further around. And what we've also got there, if you can see, there's a white gate on a private line that went into the Beighton coking plant.
So I'm just stood on the footbridge now, just about as close as I can get to that shot that we've just looked at. As you can see, the white gate's gone now. A lot less track. So there's the footbridge we've just come off. We're going to have a walk. Just going to go this way through this water, and this is that path you could see that was sectioned off from the bridge. And we've got the lines to our left. So I'm stood right now around where that white gate was on that old photo. So as you can see, there's not a lot of evidence left of any old lines. One of the lines went off in that direction to the coking plant, and the other one curved that way. a slightly different angle now. So you can see we've got the bridge just in front of us that we've just walked over. The footbridge just behind there, if you can make it out. And there's the two junctions, just where we're pointing at the moment. Quite heavily overgrown now. So my sense of intrigue got the better of me, and I've just come to have a look through the fence on the land where I suppose the coking plant was, where that little branch line with the white gate ran in, and there's kind of old drains and things in there. I'm really not sure where the line sort of went once it kind of went into the land, but it's pretty well fenced off all the way around. So we'll cross back over to the western side of the Midland Railway, and I'm going to join up with the old Great Central line. Just have a look on there now. So I'm just on the disused Great Central line at the moment, running alongside Beighton Village, and we're actually right beside right beside Beighton Junction. Just come through the trees. So we're right at the set of points there where the Midland Railway kind of separates from the line that now goes into Sheffield. So looks like we've got a telegraph pole on its side down there. It's an old sleeper. It's an old buffer stop. About half a mile up the line that way is where they demolished the old Beighton signal box yesterday. So I've got a few more videos on my channel just about that signal box, and a couple of nice photos that someone's very kindly let me use. So have a look at those. I'll put the link to that video as well. It's about 50 yards up from Beighton Junction. We've got the old junction with that Lancashire, Derbyshire and East Coast line I was telling you about there. It does look like the lines have been completely pulled up now. Don't know if you can make that out through the trees. It's just the other side of the birch trees there. So that the lines you can see there is that's the existing Midland Old Road. So I've always wondered what these were, and I did see there was a post on the local Facebook interest group recently, and I think that the general kind of answer everyone was given that they were sewage related. But on the maps, there did used to be an old bridge that kind of went across this abandoned line, and there are evidence of that old bridge here. So I'm wondering if they are something to do with the bridge. So that definitely looks like that's from a bridge, and there's plenty of bricks, the old Great Central style brickwork that you can see. I've just come across this that I've not seen before. Look at that. Some kind of old wheel or pulley. That's got to be from a signalling system. And that tree's grown right around there. Just the other side from the bridge there, you can see there's some kind of foundation that looks to be from some kind of building, and all the bricks. So something was there that's been demolished now. So here's the old steel girder bridge, just at the side of Rother Valley Country Park. So this is where the Great Central line swings over the top of the Midland Old Road. There we go. So that's the two main lines in the valley, kind of crisscrossing. So what you will start to see now is we start to look at a few more bridges and installments, because what they were also kind of several other kind of branch lines that came off the two main lines around this area. And this is we're very close to a section of railway called Killamarsh Junction, so we'll go up and have a look at that in a moment. As you can see, there's not much left of this bridge. Slightly better weather than when I was here last time, and if you've watched that video, it's absolutely hammering it down.
So just a stone's throw to the south of the Girder Bridge is the old Killamarsh Junction signal box. This photo is from the 1960s. Just take notice of that brickwork and the telegraph poles and the signal in the background there.
So we're at the site of the old Killamarsh Junction signal box. So that's the track bed down to the steel girder bridge that we've just walked down, and this is where it kind of rejoins the main path. But what branched off to the right was an old branch line to Waleswood Colliery. So that swung right over the top of what is now Rother Valley Country Park. And what we've got here is the remains of Killamarsh Junction signal box. Another telegraph pole there. These look like railway sleepers, but they're really big. There's a telegraph pole there. Still got the brackets on. Yeah, so these sleepers, they're obviously from the junction because they're a lot wider than a single line. There we go. There's the signal that we spotted on the Great Central video. So over the winter, since I was here last, they've actually done quite a bit of tree clearing, which is it's kind of uncovered things that I've never seen before. We've got a little bridge I'd never spotted until a couple of months ago, so I'm just going to go and see if I can get down to it. I don't think there's an easy way to it. Here we go. So this was a bit of a... So I think this was a farm track that went over the branch line that just came off the Midland Railway, just to our right hand side, and this, I think it's the branch line that goes out to, it's kind of Norwood Colliery and out to Killamarsh Park. So I'm just going to see if I can get down the bottom there. So this is the railway ran underneath this bridge. All the time I've been coming out, I've run on the track just the other side of these trees a couple of 100 times. This is one of my most popular running routes, and I never noticed that bridge until this winter, until after I started doing videos. Yeah, so like I say, the line that's running underneath here is the branch line off the Midland line, and that literally just sort of kind of cut straight across what's now Rother Valley. Little bridge, that's what you can see now from the Trans-Pennine Trail. So here's the cutting from that same line. As you can see, we're only about 25 yards away from that little bridge that we've just looked at. As you can see, there's no bridge under the Great Central line that's there, so that's been completely filled in. Looks like we've got some more old sleepers and some signalling equipment just lying around in the trees again. can see where they have cut back some trees, and it is kind of uncovered things like this sleeper. There's still a bit of ballast down on the side of the path as well, yeah. And here's another signal in the undergrowth as well. And that's right on the side of the path there. So it's definitely the right time of year to come and do this this kind of thing before the leaves start coming back on the trees. So we're just underneath the Great Central line, the bridge that goes under the River Rother. So that's the Transpennine Trail going over there now. And as well as the old Great Central Bridge, we've also got this disused bridge. Careful not to fall in. And that was just a branch line into an old mill in Killamarsh. I think it now does animal feed. And just the other side of this is the old bridge that we walked over on the Lancashire, Derbyshire and East Coast Railway. So we've done the kind of Great Central, we've just come down the top kind of Great Central line corridor. We're going to go back down the Lancashire, Derbyshire and East Coast line now. Have a look at the bridges and some of the things that we can see in the undergrowth and whatnot from there. And also have a look at those couple of those branch lines a bit more, because there's still a few bits and bobs scattered around in the undergrowth. I'm not sure of the name of this junction, so if anyone knows, let me know. But I'm just going to call it the crossover for now. So this is an intriguing section. So this is right at the southern end of Rother Valley Country Park, where you get into the park from the Transpennine Trail. And we've got an exchange of lines between the Great Central and the Lancashire and Derbyshire East Coast line. We've got a cut under and what would have been a bridge there, and if you can see, it's that familiar shade of blue brick that you see on a lot of the most of the Great Central line. So I'm just going to scramble up this embankment and jump onto the track bed for that. I'm sick of saying it now, the Lancashire, Derbyshire and East Coast Railway. Such a mouthful, the names of the lines in those days, the names of the companies. So here we are, that's the track bed. A lot more ballast on this one. It's not much of a busy path as the Transpennine Trail. It's like another signal gantry, just as soon as you come up the path there from the bottom path. It's another old telegraph pole, looks like it's had a bit of fire damage, that one. So we're just on top of that cutting now that we've just walked through. Gotta be careful because there's a lot of brambles and things. I keep snagging my foot, I don't want to go over the side. And there we've got yet another, looks like an old signal gantry. So we're getting into the little area now where all those branch lines are starting to crisscross again, and we've got a couple of old nice abandoned bridges just on this track bed, just a little bit further up. There's Rother Valley Country Park. That's the main lake on our right hand side. Yeah, another big thick post on the side of the embankment. I missed all this when I did the Explorer, this line. I'm not quite sure how I managed to walk past all this. I don't think it's a signal gantry, that one. Looks like a signal post, still with the pulley on. You get a lot of these kind of U-shaped structures kicking around everywhere. I'm not sure what they are. Has anyone got any? Let us know in the comments if you know exactly what these are. I thought maybe at first they were drainage, but they've got bolts on top and underneath as well. Were they holders for cabling for the signals? I don't know. So there's another disused bridge. So this is the same. This is the branch line going underneath that we've just been looking at on the that little old farm bridge. That's another telegraph pole chopped down. I'm not a train spotter or anything like that, although that railways does run in my family. So, but I think I'm more interested in sort of the history of abandoned things. I mean, it's just that this was on my doorstep. Obviously, we've been in lockdown. It's kind of restricted where I can go and what I can do. So, with this all being within sort of 10-15 minute walk of home, it's been a really interesting place to explore. I've learned so much, and I'm really looking forward to getting out and about and exploring more sites like this further afield. So it's quite ironic. I set up this channel last autumn, sort of late summer, focused on running, and I got injured and ended up doing kind of explores, and they're being the videos that are most popular. So thanks for watching those videos, by the way. So we're just coming up now to what I think is the most impressive structure in this kind of area that we've been looking at today, and this is the old viaduct and steel girder bridge. Now this crosses the branch line that we saw earlier that left at Killamarsh Junction. So this crosses another one of those branch lines that goes right across the Rother Valley Country Park. So this is the girder bridge that actually the branch line out to Waleswood actually went underneath these girders. So I actually stood on the track bed of the railway that goes underneath, coming from that direction. Look at that tree. It's like they've chopped back the actual tree, but the tree's grown out the side of the bridge. So I don't know the actual name of this bridge. But someone on Facebook did say that who grew up kind of in the local area that they referred to it locally as Jackdaw Bridge.
So I just wanted to show you just one more thing, and this was from our previous walk. So this is Killamarsh Central Station. There was also a signal box at the station as well. And I noticed that underneath the edge of the platform, there's these still in place as the little brackets from the signalling systems. So there's 3 on this one. So that's where the wire cables from the signals, I'm assuming. And every 10 yards down the branch line south, for about a mile or so, are these little posts, again with the little wheels on. And I believe that these were the cables for this signal that you can see on the side of the Transpennine Trail. So I thought that was interesting to see. So if you're ever cycling or walking just south of Killamarsh on the Transpennine Trail, just keep an eye out for these.
So I think that just about wraps up today. I think I've shown you everything that I wanted to show you, just from in this just really small area. Really, there's a lot to see. There's a lot of, if you're interested in your old disused railways, I think it's well worth a visit. So I am moving away from this area any time over the next few months. So it's been good just to come and have a look round and commit this to videotape, as it were. So yeah, thanks again for watching. I'll see you again on another video very shortly. Hopefully we'll be able to get out and about, like I say, and start exploring a bit further afield. That's going to be interesting. So thanks again for watching. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.